Riga welcome home fin fitted, for Evangeline. In her dream, Riga flew to the other side of forever, past the beginning of the galaxy. She wanted a new fin fitting, not for the additional flight performance. No, because her ship would look absolutely bloody cool. That was why. Unlike Juniper's daughter who settled for what was here, Riga wanted the vessel complete. In time, she would get the messaging thing fixed too. For now, she concentrated on the missing tail. Riga smiled and sat back in the pilot's seat. Yes, it would look good. I'm not called Riga for nothing. I will get a new fin made and fitted. The witch would fully approve. There was a problem with all this. How would Riga contact the aliens who would make a new fin? Riga already had the answers. Juniper's daughter had taught Riga the basics of witchcraft. It was only simple stuff. Yet that didn't matter. A simple spell or a complete one with a complicated 9-stage ritual lasting 3 days had the same rules. It was the intent and delivery. Riga was a critical thinker. The witch knew that this was the main skill behind spell work. Critical thinking led to focus and the use of one's own will. This would help guarantee the spell succeeded. Riga had parked her flying saucer at the dark side of the moon. She listened to David Bowie on a small stereo. On a writing pad, she wrote down the aim of her spell. That was to find and contact the original builders of the flying disc. Find them, then contact. The contact part would include a hello and introduction, and then her reason for contact. You were the ones who built this disc. I need a new vertical tail fitting and also the long-distance communications array reinstalling. Then the craft would as original as built. Riga drank some red wine and ate bread with cheese. She worked on a rough version of the spell. It was to the point and she believed it would work. She put Bowie's album tracks on random play and kept editing. After 2 hours, the spell was done. More bread and cheese filled her up. She held off on more wine and had a coffee in a large pint cup. Finally, the spell was finished. Riga finished eating, went to the small bathroom and showered and changed into denim shorts and a pink vest top. Her nipples peeked through the material. She was barefoot. Feeling refreshed, she reread the spell. It was a good one and made sense to her. Would it work? She meditated for 30 minutes and set her intent. The witch taught her this, but it was already part of critical thinking. Riga did her spell. No need for a delay. She got right on with it. She lit some candles and turned the music lower, then worked through her 4-step spell. It took 2 hours, a long time for a simple spell. When it was done, Riga went to the pilot's seat and fell asleep. Dreamt of aliens. Some were very clear, others appeared to be shape-shifters. Were they all the same or different? Time would tell, as it would if they contacted her. Upon waking 11 hours later, Riga and her craft were not alone. Parked next to her was another vessel. Her viewing screen had been left open. She saw an identical flying saucer like hers. Goodness me, look at that, Riga thought. It was the same except for 2 things. At the back on top was a large vertical fin. Just in front of it was a small bump. She knew that was the missing antennas for the comms system. Look at it. Wow, my ship was once like that. Will they heed my request and fix mine up like theirs? I hope so. Suddenly, a dull red light emerged from the other craft. Within it was a small 3-foot-tall gray alien. It appeared sexless and wore not clothes or spacesuit. It waved at her. Riga waved back. Could it see her, she wondered. The alien pointed at itself, then at her craft. It wanted to come aboard. The light and alien were now outside her viewing window. Riga nodded her head and said yes. The red light and alien vanished from outside in space and appeared right next to her. Hi, said the alien. Not as words, but inside her head. Thank you for calling us. How may we help you? Riga was shocked and stuck for words. The alien helped her. It's okay, Riga. Simply think in words or pictures. We cannot speak, so talk this way. My name is Ian. It's a pleasure to meet you. Riga nodded and smiled. She started to speak, then stopped. The conversation continued in her head. Thank you for visiting me, Ian. Yes, I want my ship to be like yours. The witch Juniper's daughter gave me the ship. She was recalled by her mother Juniper. She said the ship is missing a tail and communication antenna. I want them both installing so it appears like when it was built. Would you do that for me? The alien thought for a minute. Yes, we can do that. It's easy to do. We simply fit a new fin and antenna. The communication system is the same but has been upgraded compared to the one fitted here. Your ship is old. How old, Riga asked. Very old, but we do not measure time like you do. For us, time is multidimensional. We can go anywhere in it. Think of a fish in water. Your ship of 3.2 million years old. yet it has not aged due to how we and the ship experiences time. Did you read the operating manual? Riga nodded. Near the back it explains that. Read that part again so you will be fully aware of it. She nodded. I will reread it. It takes some getting used to the differences in time, of how you and I see or experience it. Yes, it does, that is right. However, Riga, it's just another way of doing things. You will quickly understand it. What of the fin and antenna? Yes, my friend, we will do that for you. Our shipyard is at the far end of the galaxy. We can take you there and do the repairs, or I have a different suggestion. I can simply give you my ship. As you can see, it has both the fin and the long-distance communication system fitted. That system works the same as your spells, by the way. It bypasses time and distance, what you on Earth call real time. Magic is the basis of the antenna array. It sends a spell out and gets a reply immediately. By giving you my craft, you don't need to go to our yards. What do you want to do? Riga was lost in thought. A radio system based on spells and magic. How cool was that? Why hadn't Juniper's daughter mentioned it? And why had it been removed? I'd like to see the shipyards, though. It would be super cool to see where these ships are made. But to have Ian's craft, to be given that right now, that's absolutely awesome. I will swap mine for his. Riga composed herself and thought what to tell the alien. Okay, Ian. As much as I want to see your shipyards, I think it will be easier to simply swap vessels. Is that okay? And the magic-based communication system is just cool. Ian raised both hands in agreement. That's fine, Riga. We can swap ships and you have your own updated vessel. It has a recently overhauled reactor. Your own ship's reactor would need an overhaul in 10,000 years. We can do that early. We will still do the other repairs. Yes, Juniper's daughter had the fin removed to limit flight performance. Plus the comms system too. Being a witch, she never needed to use it. Had both systems been left in place, if her main enemy Satan had captured the ship, it would have been harder to stop. The flight performance with the fin fitted is excellent. Much better compared without it. You will see that. And the magical system was very like her own personal magical skills. Both would level the playing field and make Satan more dangerous, so they were removed. The devil only came close once to capturing her craft. That's a different story. When you see the witch, you can ask her about that. As she gifted the ship to you, these systems will make you more dangerous. As you do not have her full magic or spell work skills, the communication system will allow you to bypass that. If you use it against Satan, he will have a very bad day. Of this was a lot to take in. Riga was lost in thought for many minutes. She nodded and spoke out loud. Yes, I will take your ship. Please transfer my things over. My clothes and few possessions I brought aboard. Going back to telepathy, she thanked the alien and said she needed more time to think, to put all of this in order and understand it. This was another step in her route to taking over doing Juniper's daughter's job. Riga was only a mortal woman. Yet she was the most powerful human that had ever existed. With magic skills, a fully operational flying disc, and a new alien friend and ally. If that wouldn't make Satan shudder, nothing would. Here, Riga. Let me show you a video of our home planet and shipyards. Call it a history tour. Then you understand and know how our ships are grown. They're not built. As they are biotic, they are half alive. Not made in factories, but grown, like a life form. Here, watch this. The alien held out a hand and a white light was projected onto the wall where the vision window had been. Riga saw a large gas-type planet. It had 5 different-sized moons. Between moon number 2 and the planet was the shipyards. The alien zoomed in and there before her, Riga saw small craft the same as theirs. There were thousands of them. Other vessels of different shapes were there too. Some were complete while others were missing parts or had internal structure visible. The video went on and on. It showed everything. Now Riga understood. Ian told her, we build vessels for most of the galaxy. Yours is just one example. We are a global collective of beings. We live in peace and harmony. Now you know, Riga. Welcome to the global galactic community. Now you understand. You are part of this and always will be, as are all the other people on Earth. Riga exclaimed that she never ever knew this. She started to cry. I never knew any of this. Never ever knew. Not ever. Now you do, Riga. Don't worry, my friend. Welcome home.